Hello?
Hello, John. I'm a volunteer from your graduating class, and I see you haven't donated anything yet.
Do you get those calls? If you graduated from college or had kids graduate, you will get calls like that and letters asking you to show some school spirit, donate, help others get what you got. And lots of you donate. Education ranks second after religious groups on the list of where Americans give their charity money. Most of that education money is people giving to their colleges. But none of that money comes from me, because when my school, Princeton, asks, I tell them, no, I give to causes that are much more deserving. You are rich. But they keep asking. And I give them credit. With most people, they succeed. Princeton gets gifts from 60% of its alumni every year. Over 5 years, 80% give. It's the highest percentage of any college in America. So why do people give? What's wrong with those people? Well, Brian McDonald should know. He's run the annual giving campaign at Princeton. So what do? You call people up and they just give?
Well, John, fortunately, some of them are so eager to give that we don't even have to make that call. About 40% give every year. Sometimes.
Why? You guys are filthy rich.
Well, there's no question that Princeton is an institution with great resources, and we think that we put those resources to tremendous good work in teaching talented undergraduates who can attend regardless of their financial circumstances, and hiring a sensational faculty that's doing world-class research in a variety of fields.
What's your endowment? Our endowment, I should say.
Probably about $14 billion right now.
So just the interest, $700 million a year Princeton makes. My addition, I mean, that isn't going to do much. I give my money to Central Park. It gets 35 million visitors. Every income class can go. That's better use of my money.
All of that, those endowment earnings are put to exceptionally good use. We spend the maximum that we can every year while preserving the future purchasing power to make sure that the students have the best experience they have, and that our faculty have as many resources as they have to do their important work.
All right, but the best experience, it's like a country club. We've got, what, 3 gyms now, 2 pools, a hockey rink, indoor tennis courts, and a golf course on campus. You don't deserve charity money.
Well, the golf course is just off campus, and it's a private course that allows the students to play on it.
But you get discount rates for students.
Sure, sure. And yes, Princeton certainly has a reputation as feeling like something of a country club. But if you talk to the students about how hard it is to get good grades, how little time they have to sleep and do as many things as they would like to do, most of them don't experience it as a country club today.
What about the bias, the liberal bias of the faculty?
Well, I've heard that too, that there is some apparent liberal bias, but one of my favorite courses I like to point people to is the freshman seminar that's taught by Robbie George, one of the most eminent...
Robert Trigger, one conservative professor.
No, we've got our great economist, Harvey Rosen, who chaired the President's Council of Economic Advisors in the Bush administration.
The school newspaper, the Daily Princetonian, checked where the faculty and other workers at Princeton gave money, faculty and staff donations. 97% went to Democratic candidates and causes. Isn't that embarrassing?
You know, I don't really have an opinion about what the faculty and staff do in their private time, but I know that they all work incredibly hard during the day to make it as good of an experience as possible. And I enjoy raising funds. I'm certainly proud of the work that I do, and happy that most of my conversations do result in gifts to the university.
Boy, I wish you were working for me. The tuition now is $53,000 for and board, room and board.
Yes, tuition, room, and board.
The students who can afford that. And that doesn't even cover the real cost per student?
We typically say that the real cost per student is about double that. And that seems like it is a very high number. And the reason is we hire world-class faculty who actually teach the students, many of them in small group settings. The biggest investment that donors have made in the last decade, donors of all amounts, is in financial aid. So 10 years ago, 40% of the undergraduates received financial aid, which was a mix of grants and loans. The loans have been eliminated. The average grant has gone from $17,000 to $36,000. They're now 60% of the students receiving aid, and it's one of the few schools where the net tuition, the tuition and fees collected, has actually declined over the decade and not increased.
Well, Brian, I have to give it to you. You make a good pitch, cheerfully. I'm still hanging up every time. Next, are your kids being indoctrinated in college? Brainwashed, like I was? I bet they are. And that's next.